G'day, Tragic here, and welcome to box opening number 6. And yeah, let's get into this. So number 6 is this one just here. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, it's a heavy one. Okay, let's do this. I've got my cameraman. This is a big box this time. What gold will be in here? Will it be a load of rubbish? Or will it be something cool? Will it have my camera stand in it? Let's find out. Oh, okay, what have we got here? For starters, we've got the top secret box for Galaxy Defenders. This is a box that, this is the first Kickstarter I ever got where I realized that they were kind of a waste of money in some ways, Kickstarters. They sent me so much content, I would need to play this game every day for like 3 years before I even got halfway through it. So I've never actually used much from this box. It's absolutely chock-a-block full of unpunched boards because there's just no time for me to play it. And that's the thing with these Kickstarters. They sucker you in with these all-in pledges that cost like $300, you know, US. And then you realize that you should have just got the $65 core set because, you know, that's the game and it's all you need. But this is a fantastic game. It's just too much game. So that's that. This is Extinction Protocol, which is another part of the same game. This is another box. It came with 4 boxes this size. That's how much content it had. So basically it's like a little miniature game. It's a very, very good game. I've actually played this, a couple of the core set scenarios on my channel. I actually love this game. I made a great, in my opinion, tabletop simulator mod for it as well. What else we got in here? Tissue box. That was just used to make things not move around. Tenka. This is a Japanese sort of set collection kind of game. It's just a simple card game. Very, very good. We didn't play this too many times though. One of the people in my group didn't like it. You know, I might. My brother's wife really likes card games. I might try this on her. It's all right. It's got interesting art. It's a Victory Point game. Victory Point are basically like a company that make print and play games. So the quality of their products aren't very good, but they have very unique games because basically anyone can just ring them up and say, hey, I've got a game idea, do you want to publish it for me? And they're very open to first-time publishers. So basically in the game, you'll play these different colors of different factions, and you build like a little empire inside the Japan, and you're trying to outwit the shogun and eventually replace him. Very cool game, interesting game, but like I said, haven't played it much. See, problem with Victory Point games is they're kind of flimsy. You got to be very careful with them. Hard to resell. There we are. Okay. What else we got? Trist. This is an awesome game. It's another Victory Point game. And basically it's a 3-player card game. One person plays a criminal, one person plays a rich guy, and one person plays the cops. And they're all trying to catch each other. So the rich guy is trying to stop the criminal from robbing him, the criminal's trying to rob the rich guy, and the cop's trying to catch the criminal, and the rich guy's trying to pay for the cops. So it's like, you know, everything intertwined. Very, very cool game. And what's great about it is it's for 3 people. Hero Path. This is a game that I got given. This is like one of the only full games that I got given by someone to do a review on my channel. And yeah, this is it. I'd never really played it outside of just the initial you know, testing it out and then doing the video on the channel. It's not really my cup of tea. It's one of those games that it's got a lot of interesting stuff in it, but it kind of, you know, it just didn't click for me. You know what I mean? It felt like one of those games, you know, when first-time designers, they design a game and they just throw everything inside it. Like, it's got everything in the kitchen sink in it, this game, and it just feels like a lot of the systems are kind of pointless. It's like, why is it even in here? No one's ever going to do that if they want to win. And these are just the expansion packs for it, so the rest of it's probably in here somewhere. Okay. Whoa. This is the core set of Galaxy Defenders. You can't feel this, but that is ginormously heavy. So that is the third box of Galaxy Defender stuff. And this is all you need to play. There's a massive amount of game in this box, and it's awesome. But, oh, it's so heavy. But yeah, I've got all these other boxes for it as well. Oh. What else we got in here? Too Many Bones. This is a Too Many Bones character I haven't even tried out yet. Too Many Bones, as you probably know, is an incredibly good co-op game, but much better solo game, where you have these very advanced character boards that you sort of fill with dice as you play, and you sort of battle monsters on this very small, it's very abstract, this very small abstract battlefield thing. So this is Tink. He's basically an engineer, I guess, if you play first-person shooters. He builds like turrets and stuff like that. Very, very cool game, but one I don't play too often. That's another one, another character for Too Many Bones. Here's another character for Too Many Bones. This is Nuggets. What else is in here? Oh, more Galaxy Defenders. Is enough of it? Yeah. Another box of Galaxy Defenders. Excellent game, but massive. Too massive. What else is in here? Ooh, some unopened original Star Trek collectible card game booster packs. I got given this as a present from a mate of mine who is also a board game collector. I don't play this game. He knows I love Star Trek though. So this is from a CCG back in the 90s, like the Next Generation era, early 80s, 90s. Well, 90s, the card game's the 90s, but Next Gen was late 80s. The point is, this is a sealed box of boosters. So there's that. I obviously haven't opened them. Probably worth money. I don't know. Haven't looked into it. What else is in here? Whoa. Ooh. Dragon's Gold. I love this game. This is actually a game I might try and bust out with my nephew. So basically, this is a game where you bluff the opponent. It's actually stealing, like cheating is actually part of the game rules, where you can, like, if you can somehow sneak your hand over to the opponent's area and steal a bit of their pot, bit of their gold, that's legal in this game, right? And basically, the idea is everyone's fighting this dragon, and then the dragon's dead, and now all the heroes are like, pull the knives on each other to fight over the horde. Incredibly cool game, really, really fun. It's in an annoying steel box, but very, very cool. This reminds me a little bit of Three Dragon Ante, but with a totally different theme, but it's got that similar kind of feeling, you know, cool dragons, cool characters, a horde of gold. It's awesome. Oh, what else is in here? Whoa! Okay, so Agents of Smirch. So this is Agents of Smirch. This is basically, oh God, look at the dust on here. This is basically a James Bond game, okay? So it's a co-op game. I've played this on my channels if you want to see it running. This game, you got a world map and you got an interlude with all these different people and go around the map, you know, kind of Eldritch horror style. But what makes this one a little bit more unusual, it was the first time this is being done. Oh dear, not very well kept, this game. Oh yeah, it has a really cool expansion. because they left Australia off the world map. And everyone complained. So when they made the expansion, the whole expansion's set in Australia. But if I can find it, that's the field manual. Somewhere in here is a gigantic, here it is. Oh. Okay, I'll just get this one. This is the event book just for the expansion in Australia, okay? The one for the core game is about that thick. So unlike Arkham Horror and other such games where you know, have billions of cards, this one has this gigantic book with all the events in it. So the events are much more detailed, they're much longer, and it really gets the narrative of the story out. And like Arkham Horror, it has some crazy things happen. Like one of the last games I played, the President of the United States got like mind controlled by this like Russian girl who was actually ended up working for aliens and stuff. I mean, it was bizarre. It comes out of nowhere. It's great emergent storytelling, and a big part of that is the fact that it uses this gigantic book. I mean, this is just for the expansion. This is just the events for Australia. The book is literally about that big in the box. Excellent game, and I've played this on my channel already, so if you want to see that, you can. Next! Oh, these big boxes of a lot of stuff. Survive Space Attack. So, there's a very famous game you probably know called Survive, and this is basically the same thing but in space. And as you know, everything in space is better. This is a game, so basically you start in the center and the board slowly shrinks, and you know, it's a very ruthless game, a lot of attacking the other player. This is the kind of game that you've got to be careful who you play with. If you play with someone who's very competitive and very stroppy, they will not speak to you again after this game. This is a game where you attack and you destroy the other player's turn. So they do their big turn and then you go, well, actually, that was a whole waste of time, and here I'm going to punish you for it and punish you badly. It's actually a really good game, but the combative nature of it hasn't sat well with a few people I know. So, very cool game. Survive, space version. Still one to go. Oh, it's a biggie. It's a biggie. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I'm going to put that on the ground because I can't hold it. Thunderstone Quest. So, you probably know Thunderstone. Thunderstone is one of the big deck builders that came out after Dominion basically turned deck building into the fad. So there was a billion deck builders. Most have come and gone. There's been awesome variants, like you saw me unpack Quarriors yesterday, which is a dice deck builder. What Thunderstone did is that it made the cards have meaning. Instead of just having, like in Dominion, you'll have like hut or whatever that gives you a bit of food or something like that. In Thunderstone's Quest, you're actually going on quests. So you have a village board, and then you go from the village into the dungeon and you fight monsters, and you've got to go deeper into the dungeon for more rewards. Now, Thunderstone Quest is the newest version. So this game has been constantly in print since like 2003 or something like that. I'm not quite sure, but it's old, like 15 years at least, or close to 15 years. So there was Thunderstone, then then they released another version called Thunderstone Advanced, and this is the third version of the game, Thunderstone Quest. It's a huge box full of stuff. They have, since this game has come out, they've released another 20-something expansions for it. I haven't got them. Again, this is kind of my trying to cut down on buying stuff. There's a lot in this box. And they've really gone to town in this version on the RPG aspects of the original. So it's still a deck builder, still has the dungeon, still has the village, but it's now heavily themed when you're playing it. Kind of the way they heavily themed Eldritch Horror by having lots of component replacements when you added a different end boss, like a different goo. So in this one, it's a similar kind of thing. They've really beefed it up. I just flick it over. Oh. But basically, it's still the same kind of game. You've got your village, you've got your troops you buy, you've got your items, you've got your player boards, you've got your dungeon, but you've also got the quest cards themselves, and it's a huge game. I mean, look at the size of this box. It's ginormous. And there's like 20-something expansions for it. That's it. So, pretty cool box. There's some good stuff in there. That is one big haul. That gives you an idea. That's just one of the big boxes. Don't forget to vote for the next box to open. God, there's just too much Galaxy Defenders. Look at that. Massive, massive boxes. They're all packed to the brim too. I should play Too Many Bones on the channel. It's actually a very, very good game. Thunder Quest, that's a great game. Thunderstone, as everyone knows, is a great game. There is a great solo variant, and there's also like a kind of epic variant where you use every single card at once. Smirch, I've always been meaning to play that again on the channel. I love that game. These two card games are both cool. I like this one a lot more than this one. Dragon's Gold, fantastic game. And Hero Path, interesting game, but not really one I like too much. Okay, let's put these on the shelves. Okay, so here's all the loot. Where are we going to put it all? So basically, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to organize these shelves. Are kind of all temporary until I got a better idea. I think all the things that I'm considering selling, I'm going to put in a single shelf down here. And that will mean all the selling items are in the one spot. Okay, so we've got War Frontiers. I'll probably sell the Hero Path stuff. So I'll put that in there as well. What's in here? Oh, my Rubik's Cube. Agents of Smirch. Now, this goes eventually with all my Arkham Horror style stuff. So that'll eventually go with Arkham Horror, Eldritch Horror, Arkham Horror 3, House on the Hill, Touch of Evil, you know, all of those things. Survive. For now, I think I'm going to stick this up here with Space Alert. I just want to apologize for the filming in the last section because I tell you what, it was pretty crazily done. Basically, we had there's a lot of Too Many Bones stuff that's all got to go together. So I've got to wait for the other Too Many Bones things to come out before I pack them. These are very good because they're quite thin, which means they can sort of fill up the back shelves really easily. Yeah, my mate during the filming of the thing, you know, he kept putting his finger on the zoom and just zooming super far in. I tried to fix as much of it as I could in post, but I'm afraid it might have come out a bit weird. Now, I've got a number of these sort of dead CCG things. I'm going to put them all together and possibly sell them. But for now, I'm going to stick them in here with the other selling things. Dragon's Gold. This is going to go here with my other sort of party-ish games. I've got Rumming Cub there, fantastic game. Tesuro, I love this game here. So a lot of these things are going to go in here. I'm also going to put the two card games in here as well. Now, these will get sorted out more accurate later. Now, what are we going to do with all these massive boxes? I think we're going to shove these into these bottom floor spots. Ooh. There's a card that fell out of Agents of Smirch when I was showing it off. I've got to be careful about that. So that is the state of the shelves now. And yeah, hopefully the next one will be a little bit better. I'm going to have to actually find that camera stand because, you know, the guy helping me out isn't cutting it. And I will be back next time.